Howdy friends. I recently bought these Marvel Legends 3.75-inch figures that I really like the card art, and I like the figures. And then I was looking for a way to display them, and this is what I came up with. This is just a piece of black foam board that I've cut to size to fit them basically, and then I've made it several pieces thick in order to support the push pins, so that there's a place, so there's thick enough for the push pins to go into, and so it was thick enough for the nails that hold this hanger hook to go into as well. So all this is a piece of black foam board that's been cut to size and then glued together into other pieces. Now you can see that I cut these pieces smaller than the whole back, but that was the third iteration of it. I'll show you some of the others as we get along here, as I show you how I make them. So that's the finished product. Now let me show you real quick what it was that I used. So go to Target or Staples, something like that, and you can buy this black foam board, something like this. At Target I buy these, it's $3.50, something like that. Maybe $4. Staples has them, they're slightly thinner and they're about $6 there, but either one would work. So in this case I already had a piece left over that was 11 inches tall. That's what this one is, with it you see the display here. This is an 11-inch tall, but then I've decided to make some other ones for some more figures that I have coming in the mail, or at UPS, whatever. Yeah, so I've made two more of these that are cut to 10.5 inches. Those are here to show you. 10.5 inches high. That should fit the figures just as well. Those are 9-inch boxes. But anyway, you could do this for any size. I'll show you real quick here. This was one that's also 3 foam boards thick, but it had 2 complete foam board thicknesses and then one that I added just the edges. And this one is only 2 foam boards thick and has some glue on the back, you can see, because I accidentally put glue on the wrong side. And so that these nails would go all the way through if I pushed them all the way in. So this is a little loose, but I think it'll still display just fine without me having to take that out and add more pieces. So you could do it with just 2, but then the push pins may go all the way through. So they'll have to be left out a little bit on this one. Anyway, so yeah, so you have this foam board. You start with something like that. I would measure, like those two that I just showed you were 10.5 inches. So I would measure down 10.5 inches, 10.5 inches, mark the board, get a nice straight line across, and then either cut it with an X-Acto knife, which it kind of it chunks the foam inside, and it doesn't give a real smooth edge, so it's a little hard to do. And then you have to kind of clean the edge. I found I could kind of clean the edge with the X-Acto knife like this afterwards and get some of the chunkiness out. You can see some of the chunk on the edge here where I've cut them. Maybe it doesn't turn out too good, but I also found later that scissors, regular scissors, could cut this foam real nice and leave a nice edge. But I haven't tried it yet on cutting a longer piece, which might be harder to get the scissors through. This is okay because the scissors are bigger than the foam. But I can see here that gave a nice edge. I don't know if you guys can see that. Not a lot cleaner than see this ripped, torn edge that I got with the X-Acto knife. Because even trying slowly to cut the X-Acto through, it just kind of tears the foam. So that's a tip. If you make them, if you can, get some nice big scissors, probably bigger size than this, and you can cut through it nice and smooth and get a good clean edge. But you'll see, you can see on the finished product I have here, the edges aren't too clean on the sides. The bottom one's a little worse, but it really doesn't show up too much when I hang it on the wall and display it. And I'll show you that when it's done. So anyway, that's about it. Yeah, so cut them. So you could cut it like I did, like I showed you here with the one that's two pieces completely thick. Oh, there's a really rough edge. You can see how torn it up it got on the bottom. But again, you won't be able to see that much when it's displayed on the wall. And you could do better if you use scissors, I think. Get more of an edge like this, which was the factory cut. You see the difference here, hopefully. the lighting. Okay, so oh yeah, so the hooks, let me show you those. These I bought at Target for $2 or $1.99 for a pack of, I believe, let's see, I've already used 3, so probably 6 pack of them. You can see there's small nails in there. They're a little too big. Most of them were too big for even just for 2 thicknesses. That's why I ended up making it 3 thicknesses. If I make just 2 thicknesses, the nail might go all the way through a little bit and stick out the back edge, or the wood would be the front actually, which is where your display is. So yeah, and then I just use regular old glue once they're cut to the size and lined up and everything. Just put some glue on, hold the pieces together. I used some books to press everything together when I had all the edges on. I used some books and let them sit a good hour before I did anything else. So that's it basically. You guys can figure out any of the other little details in there. I just wanted to show you the materials and that they're inexpensive and you can do it yourself. So that's it. I'm going to show you how it looks on the wall, and that's all. So thank you everybody for watching. Take care. Okay, I've got a thumbtack in the wall where I'm going to place my action figure display, and I've got my finger on the hook in the back so I know where it goes. Right around there. Okay, I'm just going to push my thumb tacks in, or push pins, I'm sorry, push my push pins in tighter, and there we go. Displayed on the wall with a nice decent background anyway for a cheap price. So hopefully that gives you guys an idea, something you can do if you have some empty space on your wall and some action figures you'd like to display on card. Thanks everybody for joining me. Take care. Bye.